Hi all, in this video we're going to talk about insertion, update, and delete operations using SQL. As you know, SQL is used to retrieve data from databases, but it can also be used for modifying the data in the database. And the commands that are used, statements that are used for this are insert, update, and delete. We're going to talk about insert first, and then I'm going to do update and delete, and we're going to be doing examples for each of them. First of all, insert. If you look at the insert syntax, it starts with insert into, and then here you define the table name. So whichever table you're going to insert data, that's going to come after the into keyword. And in this case, it's going to be the movie table inside the movie DB that I created for this video. And we're going to insert some new movies to this table. And then after the table name, there's a column list, so which defines the columns you're going to be inserting data into. Now, if you don't put any columns in here, the database is going to assume you're going to insert data based on how you created your table. So if you have a integer ID first, that's going to come first, and if you have a name, genre, etc. for the database, these are going to come in a certain order, and it's going to try to insert the data which is inside the data value list based on that order. Now, if you define any columns in the column list, but skip some of them, the ones that you skipped are going to be inserted with null value, unless there's a default value you define when you created the database, when you created the table. But if you did not allow any null values to be inserted into these fields, they don't allow nulls, then you're going to have errors. After column list, we have values keyword, and then again, this part is optional. Anything in the square brackets is optional. And the data value list. Here's actually where the data you want to insert should be placed. And the thing is, there is a relation, direct correspondence with the number and types of values in the column list and the data value list. So if you actually define several columns here, let's say you define 3 columns, and you have 3 values here. So the first column is going to get the first value, second column is going to get the second value, third column is going to get the third value, okay? And they have to have matching types, okay? So the data value list and the column list, they have to have matching types, right? So if you have ID, name, and then let's say age for the column list, and the first one and last one is integer, the name is some text or string, then here you have to also have an integer first, then a text, string, and then another integer. Okay, let's do an example. So I'm going to go to the, by the way, this is the movie table that I'm using for example. It has 4 columns. First one is ID, is integer. It is a primary key. The second one is name, which is varchar, 100 characters. It's a non-numeric text type. Genre is going to be the genre of movie, and rating is also integer. Now let's see what movies are there. We have Spider-Man, War for the Planet of the Apes, Despicable Me. So let's see. Insert into movie. This is the table name, right? So far, if you look at it, we have insert into, and then the movie name, table name. Now the column list, we have columns ID, name, genre, and rating. And then the values, after the values, this is going to be the data list. So first movie is 0. It's not enclosed by literals because it's a numeric value. Now the name is going to be Spider-Man Homecoming, and then genre is times Z, I don't know, delta Z, and the rating is, I hear it's a good movie, so it's going to be 9 out of 10. Alright. And let's run this. One row inserted. So let's see, select all from movie. And as you can see, the data is there, right? Now this was an example of using the column list, but I can also do it without using the column list. Let's do another movie. ID is going to be 1 for the Planet of the Apes. And sci-fi, let's say 8. Haven't seen this one. And run. As you can see, this one also worked. And select from movie. You see we got 2 movies now, right? And I'm gonna try to run another query where I'm going to exclude the rating. Okay, and I will not insert rating, and this time despicable me. Do 3, so animation, and run. Now I'm having an error message. Field rating does not have a value, doesn't have a default value. Now this happened because I left out the rating field, and it does not take a null value, and it also does not have a default value. So if you go to structure, you see, let's change this. Default value, there's no default value. Okay, and it also does not allow null. So let's at least make this to allow a null value. Save this. Right now I'm gonna write the same query. Taking out rating. Nation. Despicable Me 3, and this is movie 2, ID 2. Let's run this. Now it works. And let's get all the movies. Now you can see the null. Since the null is allowed, now you don't have to include rating. Though we will cover later in this class that having a null value is not a great thing. It's a bad thing. And we'll fix that later. For now, I'm going to change this to 7. And I am going to make a change so there is no null value allowed for now. Okay, now that was how you can use insert. Now let's talk about update. Update is used to modify existing data in the database, and the syntax is it starts with a update statement. Then whichever table you want to update, you have to put its name. After set keyword, you have to enter the new value for each column that you want to change. And if you can filter columns you change by using the work search condition work statement, where you can add a search condition after the word keyword. Let's do an example. Let's say I am going to update the rating of the Spider-Man. Let's say it received a lot of negative reviews, and the movie rating is going to go down. So update. So the name of the table is movie. Set. I'm going to be changing the rating. Okay, rating is going to be, let's say, 6. Right? We're changing the rating to 6, downgrading it. Where name equals So I don't remember exact name, so I'm just going to do name like spider and the wildcard. So where the name is spider something, because I forgot how I exactly typed the name. And let's see, one row affected. So let's check now. Let's bring everything. And you can see that the Spider-Man rating is down to 6. Okay, it changed from 9 to 6. Okay, so that's how you can use the where condition. You can use all the other operators that you use in a select statements where clause. You can use it here in the update as well. And lastly, we're going to be deleting a record from the table. So let's say I want to delete all the records from the table where the rating is less than 7. So delete from. Now, look at the syntax. You have to put the table name after from. Movie. And then the condition where rating is less than 8. Okay, and let's bring everything back. And you see we only have one record left. The rest is deleted. That's how you can use delete statement. Now, delete does not remove a table. It removes a tuple from the table, or tuples from the table. In this case, we remove 2 tuples. If you want to drop a table, delete the whole database table, then you have to use the drop table command, which is not in the scope of this video. Hope this has been helpful. See you in the next video.